Well, 8 hurt in Colorado fire attack after suspect shouts "Free Palestine," and then here's bloody Till Lindemann coming out going "Fire, fry," like, and just at a bunch of protesters. Multiple people have been injured after a man shouting "Free Palestine" tossed Molotov cocktails at a gathering in support of Israeli hostages in Colorado, authorities say. Police said 8 people aged 52 to 88 were injured in the attack at Pearl Street Mall, a popular outdoor space in Boulder, about 30 miles from Denver. The FBI called it a suspected terror attack and said the suspect used a makeshift flamethrower, Molotov cocktails, and other incendiary devices. Footage of the attack shows the suspect, who was shirtless, screaming at the group and had what appeared to be Molotov cocktails in each hand when he was arrested. The attack unfolded during a weekly scheduled demonstration put on by Run for Their Lives. I bet they were. I'm sorry. A pro Israeli group that holds walks in the outdoor pedestrian mall in solidarity with Israeli hostages in Gaza. Police got calls around 13:26 local time about a man with a weapon and people being set on fire. Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern said at a news conference. Officers who responded found multiple people injured, including those with burns. One of the people hurt in the attack was a Holocaust survivor, according to Rabbi Israel Wilhelm, the Chabad director at the University of Colorado Boulder. Wow, I wonder how old they were. They must be like really old. Must be like 100. Anyway, speaking to the BBC's US partner CBS News, Wilhelm described the 88-year-old as a very loving person. 88. Hmm. The attack is the second high profile act of violence in the US in the last 2 weeks that appears to be related to the conflict in Gaza. I'm sorry, let me make my jokes. A man who shouted "Free Palestine" fatally shot 2 Israeli embassy employees outside a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. on 22nd May. The incident happened at a networking event organised by a Jewish organisation. Now, the problem with us being all the Western countries now being a melting pot is you need to remember that these people still hold allegiances to their old countries, and they always will. They always will. Doesn't matter if they're living here, doesn't matter if it's 3 generations, their loyalty is to their countries of origin, and it always will be, because it turns out people are very passionate about where they're from, where they're indigenous from. How about that? I mean, other people are allowed, but we're not. But anyway, so it means that when anything kicks off in these foreign countries, it also kicks off on our soil. So that means that if anything kicks off in somewhere thousands and thousands of miles away, it also kicks off in our streets. So that means if multiple wars kick off in far too many places, we've now got certain minorities in our country who are also kicking off. So basically, it means if too many wars happen abroad, too much shit happens here. Right? It's funny that, isn't it? We have to deal with problems happening thousands of miles away because people with foreign allegiances kick off in our streets. It's great that, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. And we obviously have to pay for it as the taxpayer. After Sunday's incident, witnesses told authorities that the suspect used a makeshift flamethrower and threw an incendiary device into the crowd, said Mark Michalik, who heads the FBI's Denver office. Redfern added that those devices included Molotov cocktails, which he said were tossed at the crowd. Mr. Michalik identified the suspect as Mohammed Sabri Solomon, 45. That man was white as hell. Oh, he's an Egyptian. Right, okay. He's an Egyptian national, government officials told CBS. In 2022, Mr. Solomon arrived in California on a non immigrant visa that expired in February 2023. Damn, he was an illegal immigrant. Sounds like he should have been deported. He actually shouldn't have been here. Now, many people have got very, very serious burns and lifetime scarring. Mostly old people. Basically, if people were allowed to deport guys like this and you weren't so laissez-faire about illegals remaining in the country, you wouldn't have some poor old pensioner with like first-degree burns or third-degree burns. I don't know how they're categorised. I'm not an expert. My dad was a firefighter. He's retired now. He's probably going to be very upset that I got that wrong. Anyway, multiple sources told the broadcaster he had been living in Colorado Springs. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller said Mr. Solomon had been given a work permit after his visa expired under the previous administration of President Joe Biden. How about that? The BBC has not verified this. Footage that appeared to be from the attack showed a chaotic scene, smoke filling the air, people running in multiple directions, spots of grass on fire, and people injured on the ground. In images and videos posted online, a man who appeared to be the suspect is seen without a shirt and holding bottles with liquid with a piece of red cloth inside. He can be heard yelling at the crowd and appears to be advancing on them as some rush to flee. As he screams, one woman is on the ground and appears injured. People surround her, and one man pours water on her body. Footage shows police rushing to the scene and arresting the suspect. Police say he was taken to the hospital with injuries. It is clear that this is a targeted act of violence, and the FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism, Mr. Michalik said. Sadly, attacks like this are becoming too common across the country. Yes, they are. It's just part and parcel of living in a melting pot. Also, I don't know why the Egyptian nationals getting pissed off. Like, have you seen the Egyptian border between them and the Gaza Strip? Like, it's even stronger than Israel's, man. Like, the Egyptians want nothing to do with them either. They could open the border and let them all in. Like, they could do that, but they don't want them there. Even the Egyptians don't want them. Again, I try my best not to talk about the Israel, Gaza, or Russia, Ukraine, because it's just warhawk states doing warhawk bullshit, and I'm done with it. I don't care. I don't care. You're all pieces of shit. But anyway, Colorado's Attorney General Phil Weiser said that from what officials knew, the attack appears to be a hate crime given the group that was targeted. People may have differing views about world events and the Israeli-Hamas conflict, but violence is never the answer to settling differences. Weiser said in a statement on Sunday, hate has no place in Colorado. Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sar said he was shocked by the incident and called the attack pure anti-Semitism. Shocked by the terrible anti-Semitic terror attack targeting Jews in Boulder, Colorado, he wrote on X, "This is pure anti-Semitism fueled by the blood libels spread in the media." I mean, Danny Dannon, Israel's ambassador to the UN, similarly was saddened over the attack, calling it terrorism and asking for concrete action in response. In a post on X, the ambassador said that Jewish protesters were brutally attacked. Terrorism against Jews does not stop at the Gaza border. It is already burning the streets of America, he said. Now, I do get that people in certain minorities have to suffer the consequences of the acts of other minorities. Like, for example, you're getting Jewish people who want nothing to do with the Israeli state who are also getting shit, and you're getting Palestinians that are saying, look, we want peace, we are not down with Hamas, and they're also getting shit, and just that's what happens when everybody gets lumped into these groups. Like, okay, collectivism is a good thing, but it does have its drawbacks, right? That's something we can all at least admit. Where basically you're punished for the sins of your brother, so to speak. But still, in regards to this, it's terrible. Don't do that. Do not fucking Molotov cocktail people that are just protesting. Yeah, okay, Israel's done some stuff in fucking Gaza Strip, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but the old grannies that you put Molotov did not. They personally did not. Okay, so kind of shitty. Not cool. Right. But still, fucking hell, this is something out of GTA 6 though, isn't it?